So I've published about 20 or 21 books so far. But when I published my first book or second book, I was in the second year in the university. And people bought the books, some family friends out of sympathy, they bought my books. So I was able to save 16,000 Naira from the books that people bought. So I put it in the bank and I was admiring the money. I would just open my bank booklet, it was Savannah Bank then in Anambra State, in Nnewi, Anambra State. So I will open my booklet and I'll be admiring the 16,000 Naira. So, in my mind, I have money. So one day I was going to midweek service in Winners Chapels, Unizik, Thameside. So Marble Arc, for those of you that know Unizik, there's a Winners Chapels there at Marble Arc Hotel. So I was going to midweek service and God spoke to me. Now, mind you, at that time, I already lost my father. We were struggling financially. In fact, some of my siblings stopped school. Some of them, my elder brother had to drop out from school so that, some of us can go further. So we are financially trapped in the family at that time. Nothing was working, financially speaking. And God spoke to me and God said to me, give me the money in your account and I will take you to America. That was what he said. He said, give me the money in your account and I will take you to America. Oh my God, I pretended I didn't hear him. Well, because I knew the voice of God from a young age, from quite my teenage age, I knew the voice of God. I told him, okay, give me a sign. And if you give me a sign, I will obey you. This was all I had. I was saving that money as my pocket money, so I don't have to disturb my mom, a widow, about money. I was saving it. So when I got back from midweek service, all through the midweek service, I was restless. I was saying, how can I give up this 16,000 Naira? Because then when I go home to collect pocket money, my mom will give me about 2,000 Naira, the highest pocket money my parents ever gave me as a university student was 3,000 Naira. Sometimes they will give me 3,000 Naira. Sometimes they give me 2,000 Naira. Sometimes, in fact, one time they gave me 500 Naira to go back. Yes, I remember one time my mom gave me pocket money to go back to school and she was in tears. You could see that she was in tears. She was releasing all that she had. She was giving me all she had. And when she gave me that money, she would encourage me, manage this, go back to school. So when I had that 16,000 in my mind, I don't want to disturb this woman. She has tried. Let me give her some break. So now God is demanding for the money. And God told me, the man of God, to give the money. So, and the sign I asked him, he showed me the sign. So I took the 16, I went to the bank and I told them, give me all the money in this account, Savannah Bank in Nnewi. Say, give me all the money in this bank, in this account. And they pulled out all the money. In fact, they closed. I told them to close the account. I took all the money and I went and I sold that seed to the man of God. At that time, that money was my Isaac. It was all I had. That 16,000 was all I had in this world. And I gave it to the man of God. And the man said, kneel down. The man is a prophet. He said, kneel down. And he laid hands on me. Funny enough, he did not pray that God would take me to America. Because when I gave him that money, I told him, sir, God said he wants to take me to America, please. And this is the money he said I should bring to you to pray for me, And I gave him that money. The man laid hands on me because he knows my family, that we are struggling at that time, that nothing was working, honestly. It was hard to pay house rent. It was hard to pay school fees. In fact, things were hard for us. The man laid hands on me. And you can't believe what he said. He did not say, Father, take him to America. He didn't say that. With tears, he said something I will never forget. He was in tears. He said, you shall be a prince on the earth. That was the blessing. He said, you shall be a prince on the earth. It took me close to 20 years to understand what he said. It took me close to 20 years for God to interpret what that man said to me. Now, after that prayer, I went back to school, graduated, started working, applied for, when I was working in Lagos, I applied for DV lottery. And I woke up one morning after 1 year and I saw a text message, you won DV lottery to come to United States. Now, let me tell you this. Today, I'm a citizen. I brought my mom here. I have supported my family in different ways. I've been in a position where I bought a car for someone. I've started businesses for people. I've been a blessing. I've helped someone to build their house. Listen, let me tell you. When God is demanding for what is in your hand, it's because there is something bigger He wants to give you. Today, 16,000 Naira is nothing to me because I've given out millions to people. I've been in a position by the grace of God, gave out millions, started businesses for people, you know. When God is demanding for what is in your hand, release it because there is a bigger plan that He has. I would have been stuck in Nigeria, struggling, but God said, no, let me bless you. And that word that man spoke over me, you shall be a prince on the earth. When God interpreted it to me, after close to 20 years, He interpreted it to me. He said to me, what that blessing means is that wherever you go, you will succeed. It's like Joseph. You are carrying the blessing of Joseph, that wherever you go, doors will open, that people cannot reject you, that wherever you go, doors will open. And I can tell you that I have seen the hand of God on my life. And without exaggeration, I've seen the hand of God on my life. And I'm not talking about material things. I'm telling you, you see, one time I was praying and God told me something. He said, I love you so much, I can kill for you. He said, I can kill people for you to prove how much I love you. So, when God is demanding for your Isaac, all that you had, probably is all that you have. And God is saying, give it to me. Release it. Release it. You will see what God will do. God bless you.